Hey, what's going on, Sneaker Raw? We're back at it again. I'm back here with y'all with Mr. AC Restorations, Restoring Sneakers, Mr. Andrae Capers. He's back with me again, my brother, who I love very, very much. Um, we had a great Saturday. Actually, the 24th. Actually, new releases for the Jordan Cement White fours, which was dope, very, very dope. The numbers for it wasn't that high, but still people buying them. They you know what I'm saying, they leaving the store, so that's definitely what's up. Also, for the Knicks and the Indiana Pacers last night, definitely a good win, y'all. That was a Sunday night win. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's hope to see what happens with that. Timberwolves play tonight. All right, now that we got that out the way, let's talk about the 90s, Mr. Capers. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about you playing basketball, your basketball career before you became doing this sneaker restoration and stuff in that nature.
How you doing, Sneaker World? On the Antonette Willams show. Good to see
Oh yeah.
everybody. How you doing, Antonette?
I'm doing good, bro. It's all about you right now.
It goes on. It's all about me,
It
huh?
ain't got, it's all
What
about
you
you
want
right
to
now.
know?
I mean,
What you want them to know?
bro, can you actually tell them how it was for you when you got the first pair of Jordans and what it took for you to take care of them and learn about them?
Well, yeah, I can explain it. Yeah, my first pair I actually bought because my parents wasn't buying them at the time because back in that time the prices wasn't like it is now. The price was like $100 and something, but that was back in the 90s. And that's a lot of money, you know what I mean? I think it was like 105 I paid for them. And I got it working in the JTPA program when I was in school. And I was about I say about 16 years old. I think it was my first pair. And I was working in the kitchen. And I took the first check. The check wasn't even that much. It's probably like, say no more, like maybe like 160, maybe 200 or something. And I bought my first pair, and that's how that all started with the black cement threes. That's when they did the commemorative of the Jordan box with all the pictures of him of his accomplishments back in the 80s and showing his jersey, showing him dunking, coming out of college, everything. That commemorative box. I don't know um, the correct name for it, but they had the whole box decorated. They should have released the black cement threes in it. You know what I mean? Bring that back, but Nike do what they do.
And what was the what was your passion? Was it the fact of liking Michael Jordan for the sneakers, or just the person that he was, or how he played? And that was what got you started. What was your pet peeve to get you going?
Well, my pet team that got me going was like I said before, I like Magic Johnson because of the way he dish, the way he passed the ball. The next person close to Magic Johnson is Anthony Penny Hardaway. A big fan of him, of the Orlando Magics. He up there coaching the Memphis the Memphis Tigers for college and everything, D1. And
Mm-hmm.
I love watching him with Shaq and Jordan. You know what I mean? Jordan really, like I said before, in the first podcast, in the first Antonette Williams podcast, he initiated the spark, and he really got me more intrigued and wanting to play and so on.
Absolutely. So y'all heard it first as far as where he comes from with the basketball game. Really, he's gotten better since he got better outside of after school was over. Which what I mean by that, Sneaker World, is after he graduated, he always took care of his what I'm saying, his mobility, his sneakers, his footwear. And Jordan's was always one of his favorite sneakers to wear that I know of, right? So he's really been into this and he's really critiqued it. You know what I mean? That's what he enjoys. That's part of his hobbies, along with other stuff, clothing. You know what I mean? And then him just doing the work for y'all, which is awesome, amazing, great podcast that he's got going right now. Shout out to MC Streets. Also, shout out to KBK Customs who came onto the show. He did a really good job. Shout out to him. He's from Atlanta. You know what I mean? Young guy coming up, doing his thing, good work, good ethics. He got a lot going for us. So if he does customizing, guys, so check him out. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely got some good work going. Um, I come to find that I've learned that customizing and restoring is restoration is completely two different things within the sneaker game, y'all. So you got one person cleaning, breaking down a shoe, and doing what they got to do to get it to get it back to brand new, and then you have another person who's customizing and doing the art and the work with on the shoe. So that's totally dope. And as far as bro goes, I think customizing and the restoration is going to be all up in his field. So I'm looking forward to that. What about that, bro? Talk to them about your patterns and what you got planned.
Well, like I said before, you know what I mean? I'm up there working on, I got all my materials and everything right now. Um, I'm working on an Air Jordan 4 Louis Vuitton. I really don't want to keep talking about it because everybody gonna want to be seeing it, expecting it, right? You know what I mean? So right now, I'm trying to. I got mostly the majority of everything, but the person that was supposed to show me how to do it from the Shoe Surgeon Academy, I ain't gonna say his name now like that, but um, he up there is supposed to teach me and show me how to do it. And we're having a problem right now trying to find a location where to do it. And just basically waiting on him. You know what I mean? In the meantime, I'm also trying to find a sewing machine so I can up there do it where I'm at, and I could probably bring him over here. You know what I mean? So we see what happens, but you know what I mean. But
So
probably
everything is basically in the working. Yeah, it's in
yeah,
the works.
everything takes time. I got all my majority of all my materials and everything, and according to what KB said, you know what I mean. You never know. You don't know how. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's definitely going to happen, but you never know. It might be a tutorial on it, and then I'm not going to sit there and say it is. It might not, according to what he said on the show. You know what I mean? On the Saturday show. Shout out to KB. Thanks for coming on board on the AC Sneaker Restoration Show. And
Absolutely.
basically that's it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I only could do so much, ladies and gentlemen, and sneakerheads. You know what I mean? So is like I said before, it's not that easy for me to get into the lab. You know what I mean? To do these fire tutorials for y'all and everything like that, which I said. And I'm not probably like the only restorer probably out here going to actually be showing you, like I said on the Antonette Willams show before, a full tutorial how to do it. Because majority of everybody, what they doing is they're not doing that anymore. So what they're doing is they're throwing you 30-second clips because, like I said before, they want you to spend money to send it to them. You understand? But I wasn't taught that way or anything like that from my when I first got into this game. You understand? I was taught from start to finish, and I was taught by some great teachers. And I mentioned that
Mm-hmm.
on her show on the last podcast we were talking about, and I pay homage and tribute to them. You know what I mean? Because they put me in this driver's seat. But like I said, I'm probably the only restorer out here in the United States of America that's going to be showing you all from start to finish. You know what I mean? Everybody else would be nice, they would do it, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody's so concerned about money. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, some of these guys out here, they learn the same way I learned. You know what I mean? But hey, man, it's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. Everybody can't do it. So if I show you a tutorial, that don't mean necessarily you can do it. You understand? If you can do it, kudos to you. I'm talking to the ones that can't do it. You know what I mean? To
That's
showcase
it.
my work. You rather come to me or you rather go to John Doe? At least you come to me, you know I got a platform. You see my work. I'm out here in the United States. You understand what I'm doing. You see tutorials. You see pictures. You know what I can do. You go to John Doe down the street, you don't know what John Doe could do. You didn't see no tutorials of John Doe or anything like that. So you're taking these shot in the dark. But if you come to me, you feel confident because you're like, nah, you know what I mean? AC Sneaker Restoration got a track record. You know what I mean? So he been dropping fire. He was on the pro team. You know what I mean? He up there he put out a lot of good material for tutorials. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on. He running a podcast. He bringing on some powerhouse, heavy hitter guests on the show. So there's a lot going on. So I'm not new to this. You know what I mean? Y'all might be new to me because I've been gone for a while, so I'm just getting back into the swing of things. But you know what I mean? I'm like an OG in the game, so you know, man, you can't keep teaching old dog new tricks unless you can teach them too. But you know, man, I'm willing to learn and everything like that. But that's what you know what I mean. It is what it is. If you need my services, I'm here for you. But let's go to John
So y'all
Doe
heard
now.
it first here.
See what John Doe would do for you.
Yeah,
If
you heard it first here on the show,
that's on
y'all.
you.
Yeah, y'all heard it first here. He's gonna continue to do what he's doing. It's gonna take some time, folks, for him to continue doing what he's doing. But you know, everything is with keeping God first, and again, keeping the faith and just walking in sight and knowing what you want and following your dreams, y'all. That's what this is basically all about. Right now, he's also working on the podcast, as we just said. You know, KB Customs was on, which was really cool, and he's working on getting other guests on to the show and making it bigger and better for y'all. But hitting them like buttons is really important, and letting them know what y'all feedback is, because it starts with y'all, the people, the sneaker world, the sneakerheads, and it ends with y'all. Because without it, we can't do what we do here, and he can't do what he does there. So it's it's really important. Definitely.
You can subscribe to the channel as well. As you're looking at it, like it, you can subscribe to. This is like I said before, and I say it again. This is a new channel I had. So, you know what I mean? So this channel is really growing right now. And I appreciate everything what God and Jesus is doing. You know what I mean? They put me in the driver's seat. So I appreciate everything what they're doing. And I don't regret anything they're doing. I don't take anything from them. Because without them, I won't be here. And not just I won't be here, none of y'all will be here. You understand? The God can take you out any minute if he want to. But glory goes to God in Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? You keep God first and everything falls in place. You know what I mean? To the haters out there, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say no names or anything like that. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't responding to anything like that. I get it. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I don't got no disrespect to y'all or anything like that. You know what I mean? As long as you respect me, I respect you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how it go. For all the people that came on the show, I appreciate y'all 100%, showing support, showing love, help build the channel, and everything like that. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? Y'all got mad respect for me, and I got mad respect for y'all. And I'm happy to be here. You know what I mean? And like I said, Sneaker World, I never seen this coming in a million years. I never thought I'd be doing this for y'all. Because at one point, I was just doing this for me. And that's just strictly honest. I wasn't trying to make YouTube videos. I wasn't trying to be out in the scene and being sponsored on a pro team. I didn't know that the merch was coming out. There's a lot of accomplishments I did. You know what I mean? Out of the past decade. And I'm looking to shatter more record breakers, shatter the competition, and not annihilate it down. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to do that. I'm not scared of no competition or anything. You know what I mean? But I'm just letting you know I'm coming, and I'm coming for everybody. You know what I mean? If you're ready for it, you're ready. If not, you catch me sleeping like they did when I first started, that's on you. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I got respect for everybody. I got love for everybody. As long as you show me the respect in return, we don't got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, it's just all about creativity, and it's a lot of good sneaker, customizers. It's a lot of good sneaker restorers. It's not a whole bunch, but they're out there and they're doing the same crap and they're in the same game. as you know, as Andrae, as you know, as well. And you know, they taking theirs where, you know, where they wanted to go and where they see their dreams is. As we just mentioned, KB, for example, you know, is coming out with his own shoe soon. He's also coming out with his own store soon. Big ups to that in Atlanta, y'all. So go check him out. And it's the same thing for Andrae here. It's gonna take him a minute, but he's gonna be doing the same thing. Hopefully, coming out with his own shoes along with his own store. He already has his own, you know, apparel and clothing line, merchandise, things in that nature. No, nothing is for free. I gotta pay just like everybody else. And you know, and that's you know, at the end of the day, it's a business. You can't grow if you know you're not making any revenue. It just doesn't make any sense. So you have to make it make sense, y'all. Um, but yeah, Snickerwell, you know, Andre's gonna just continue doing what he's doing. I'm hoping. We're gonna keep kicking off with this podcast and keep letting it go stronger and continuing to, you know, reach out to y'all and see what y'all feedback is. And hopefully, like I said, he'll be dropping some videos soon and doing some stuff. Hopefully in the near future, sooner than later. But like I said, just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Cause he's got stuff coming. And you just gotta wait and see.
I got like she said, I got stuff coming. Everybody's got to be patient. You know what I mean? Y'all been patient with me all these years, and I took a little time off, and I came back and I dropped 4 tutorials. 4. You know what I mean? And I appreciate the love what I've been getting from them and everything like that. But it's not easy to getting out there, like I said on the Antonette Willams podcast before. You know what I mean? That's why I'm doing this podcast. You know what I mean? To show y'all, I know how to talk about these sneaker releases. I know what goes on in this game because I actually touch the sneaker, I restore them and everything like that. You know what I mean? I want to show y'all other things besides restoring. You know what I mean? Because there's people out here that have these sneaker shows, and I guarantee you ask them, can you restore my sneaker? They can't even tell you how to do it. See, I'm on both sides of the fence, ladies and gentlemen. I can do both. You know what I mean? Ain't no shame to my game because I get in the mud. You know what I mean? I go in there. You know what I mean? But don't got nothing got anything against anybody. Everybody's great at what they do. God gave everybody a gift. There's people out
Everybody
here
has a craft.
great at talking about releases. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you got somebody like myself and any other restorer out here, I'm talking about any other restorer, and myself as well, that actually gets in the mud. And when you bring, and then these people who do these releases, they bring the sneakers to us anyway to fix them. You understand what I'm saying? We know what we're doing in this game. We're not gonna just sit here and tell you, oh, we up there, we up there, we don't as you up there looking at these other people talking about, yeah, I don't know how to fix it. You coming to me, you know? There's no problem. There's no problem. But I just had to show y'all I know what I'm talking about. We're sitting down with y'all doing this podcast, showing y'all the other side what I can do as well. And there ain't too many restorers out here doing that. And if I'm wrong, you let me know. You let me know. You can feel free to hit me up anytime and let me know, you know what I mean? And I'd be glad to check some of it out. You know what I mean? But majority of what I'm saying, I'm telling you the truth. Ain't too many people doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? There's people out here scared to get on the camera. I was never scared to get on the camera. When I first got sponsored by Turtle Feathers, Miss Jessica told me herself she needed tutorial videos to display my work and represent Turtle Feathers. I couldn't be sponsored on the pro team if I didn't showcase my work because she can't see what I'm doing.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Scared money don't make no money. You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta step up to the plate, and you gotta do what you gotta do. If you're nice, it's like playing basketball. If you're nice, you're gonna go out and display it. If you're not nice, it's not for you. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? It's on the other side of the foot. It's for me, and I'm showing you. You know what I mean? So I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? So ain't too many people do what I do. And I respect all the restorers. And all the restorers out here know exactly what I'm talking about. and I'm not gonna say no names or anything, but there's you know what I mean. They can talk about. They can start a podcast as well and do the same thing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? They can do it, but if they don't want to do it, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just letting the people know out here, the ones who do these sneaker releases and everything like that. And I don't got no shame or hate on anybody. You know what I mean? I can do the same thing too. And I got something over everybody because I restore the sneaker. Okay? I can talk about it because I do the work. Y'all talking about it, but y'all never did y'all never been in the mud. Y'all never put the hard work in. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And I got the proof is in the pudding because my videos is displayed worldwide and everybody can see it.
That's true. That is very true. So it's a lot to it, Snicker Roll. It's not just it looks easy, one what something looks like that's done in about 20 minutes, maybe 5 days worth of work, 7 days worth of work, 14 days worth of work. It all depends on what's going on and what has to be done. So that's what makes restoring and restoration different than customizing as well as time consuming as well, because depending on what type of work you're asking for that shoe on that particular shoe may take 5 days, may take 7 days. When you're restoring or when you're when you're doing the restoration of a shoe, where Andrae would break it all down and things like that, that's before it gets to the person that's going to customize that shoe. So it's teamwork make the dream work. You know what I
I
mean?
would
One
give
person doing
you.
this, doing that.
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Good. Yeah, bro.
I will give you before I do anything. I'll give you a consultation before I do the work to let you know what it is. Now I want to tell y'all this now about this game because I had a friend of mine. She hit me up over on Friday, and she had some sneakers. But see, this is the thing, fellas. If the shoe is not worth doing, I want to rephrase it. All shoes are worth to be restored, no, regardless. But if there's no value in the shoe, and the shoe is not a collab or a collector or a PE, and the shoe don't cost that much money, I'm letting everybody know this because people be coming to me about this. They got sentimental value for the shoe. The shoe could be worth $40, and your artwork could be worth $200 or $300 or more than that, or maybe a little cheaper. All depends on what we're doing. It's not worth to do the work to get the shoe done. If you want it done, no problem. If I can't do it, I refer you. I had somebody bought me a shoe and sent me pictures of a shoe, and the whole leather is all cut up all around. You know what I mean? That's like making a shoe from scratch. You know what I mean? You can't fix it. The whole leather got cuts in it, deep cuts. I'm talking about deep cuts through the whole entire shoe. That's like something you throw in the garbage. The midsole, you need a midsole swap. You understand what I'm saying? Sentimental value. Some people just don't want to throw the stuff out. Then you got to look at, okay, if you got a shoe is worth to be restored, how much money that shoe going for? If the shoe ain't worth no money, it don't make sense to do it. Because most people that restored shoes in this game, and myself included, we sneakerheads. And also Miss Antonette Willams is one as well. We sneakerheads, we take pride in our sneakers and we take care of our sneakers to the best of our ability. And sometimes you might just need a little help, but you pretty much taking care of them because you're the one wearing them. I'm not wearing them.
Yeah.
You understand? So, like I said before, and I say it again, just to remind y'all, common sense. If you know the weather nasty outside, and let's say you got on a pair of Travis Scott's Cactus Jacks, $1,000 shoe. Me personally, I wouldn't wear no $1,000 shoe outside. That's just me. I got the taxis, the 2013 taxis. You know what I mean? I bought them about 2 years ago. You know what I mean? I paid $470 for them. You know what I mean? I was gonna put them on my feet one time. The price was like almost $800. Right now, they at retail that on close to, it's like $5.59 on Flight Club. And y'all can look it up. So I'm letting you know I do my research just like y'all do. You know what I mean? So I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to wear no $600 shoe. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I made a mistake in 2016. I mean, I say 17, not 16. Requote me on that. I bought the Jordan White Cement 4s. So I really wanted them and anything like that. At that time, I just wanted to wear them. I didn't know that much about it. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I paid about $400 for the 2016s. You understand? And they worth money to this day. Cause they close to the OG. They close to the 89s. Then we had the 25s that came out on the 24th of May 24th, 2025, this Saturday. And they made too many pairs, and the price ain't going where it's supposed to be right now. That's a classic. That shoe should be up there right now in value. I talked to the manager at Snipes. She said in Linden, New Jersey, she's up there said she had 75 pairs. She sold out at 11:30 a.m. in the morning on the 24th, on May 24th on a Saturday. So I'm just giving you an idea. You know what I mean? What's worth being restored and what's not. If you got a shoe, it's not really worth doing. There's nothing wrong to get the work done if you want to spend the money. There's nothing wrong with that. But I will give you a consultation. I'll let you know how much the price is of the shoe and everything like that. Most people who sneakerhead, they ain't stupid. Everybody know what the value of the shoe is. If you got a shoe, it ain't worth fixing. You might as well don't get it done. Because if you get it done, my services is going to cost you more money, and you could have went ahead and bought another pair. So I just want to let the whole sneaker world know about the game, because I get a lot of people coming at me, and they showing me stuff is not even worth doing. And I tell them I can do it, but this is how much it's going to run you. It's not worth it. It's for my business is AC Sneaker Restoration, and I experiment with the highest. I specialize in Jordans, and some things I might not know how to do, and then I refer you to somebody. But all the restorers on here, I got respect and love for everybody, and everybody see that, and everybody know that, and they respect me. You know what I mean? They respect me to the fullest, and I respect them back. Ain't nobody on this platform that does sneaker restoration is going to do it for nothing. And they're going to tell you the same thing. We specialize in the high end. It's a business. We here to take care of you, to make you happy so you can wear it. If it's not worth doing, we're going to let you know that too, but that's your option. You understand? We're not going to sit here and tell you. You're like a doctor. A doctor can tell you, okay, you need a kidney transplant. You know what I mean? Whatever you got to do. Now, if the doctor telling you need one and everything like that, that's up to you what you're going to do. If you ain't going to do it, you're going to have some more problems and difficulties with yourself. But if you listen, I'm a doctor. Basically, I'm a doctor in the sneaker game, and I'm going to talk about all the restorers out in the sneaker game. We all doctors in the sneaker game. So if you need advice or anything like that, you can ask Arthur, you can ask me as well, and I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you the rundown of the price. I'll tell you everything. If it's worth doing, then I'll let you know. If it's not worth doing, I will let you know that too. Because I come across right at the moment, a lot of people got a lot of sentimental value for these shoes. And the shoes is not even it's not even a collab, it's not a PE. The shoes not even worth anything. But if you want me to do it, that's no problem. Just be prepared to start emptying those pockets. That's all I'm telling you. Because my services are reasonable, and some of my services in the medium range, and some of my services in the high expensive range. All depends on what I'm doing. But before I do anything, I will give you a consultation to sit down with you, and we're going to talk about this, and I will show you on the website, on the internet, what the shoe is going for, so you have an idea is it worth doing or not. But most sneakerheads know this game when they come to me, and they know what they're giving me, and I already know. Because a lot of them, what they're trying to do is they might want to resell it. Okay, they might wear the shoe a couple of times. they coming to me to make it look like it came out the store. That's what I got to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to restore it. They're going to take care of me at the end because they're going to resell it. Some of them just want to have it fixed and they could just wear it for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes it don't have to be restoration. It could just be a basic clean. So I'm just want to say that again because I don't want everybody to be thinking because I do restoration, something always got to be fixed. No, sometimes that's not the case. You might just need to clean it. You know what I mean? You might need it. You might need your mesh clean. Mesh is very hard to clean. I gotta do a tutorial to show you how to clean mesh. You know what I mean? That's a very hard thing to clean. Suede, that's another one. That's a hard thing to clean. You know what I mean? So, and then some chemicals you can't get out. Like if you're working on a car and you get grease from a car and all that from the engine and all that, anything like that. Some things you can't get out. Some things you can't. Some things you can't. We can't save everything in this game, but we do the best what we can do to try to keep you happy and keep you coming back.
Well, that sounds good to me, bro. I definitely respect that. And y'all heard it here first, Sneaker Raw, on the game and how the breakdown about it. The pricing depending on what type of work is being done. So just to give you some feedback and some enlightenment about what it really consists of to do what people like Andrae do, and KBK and other sneaker restorers as well as customizers. There's so many out there. So, but that's definitely dope. That's definitely dope. And like I said, right now he's working on his podcast. He's going to continue with that, and that should be good. So look forward to seeing y'all there. You know what I mean? Come join. Feel free to hit him up if you want to come on the show. Let him know, and y'all talk off the air and see if that works for you. And that nature, all is welcome. That I will say. And we are just a platform that's going to continue to keep growing and keep growing and keep talking and just keep getting better at what we do. Anything else you want to say, bro?
No, I pretty much don't have anything else to say, but you know what I mean? I don't know about you, but I don't know what else you got to say, but
Nah, I think we did good on this one. Yeah, Well, as I would say, Sneaker, well, before we get out of here, is that stuff is up and coming. Check him out in about 2 weeks on the podcast, y'all. 2 weeks on the podcast. Check him out for the next show. I will tell you that it'll be about 2 weeks. And he'll be back at it with some new sneaker releases, of course, and more sneakers to talk about, and hopefully with another surprise guest. If all goes well, with that. So that's gonna be going on. Also, you can check me back here, probably within the same time frame, within the next 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a half. You can check me back here. Also, and again, this is a collaboration of AC Sneaker Restoration. This is what's going on right now, y'all. All right, so it's just a collab. All right, I'm Antonette Willams. I enjoy spending time with y'all. Keep coming back so we can keep talking and keep growing. Peace, Sneaker.
Be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen, with these releases, because there's people out there watching you and everything. You know what I mean, going crazy. So I said it a few times on my past podcasts, and I say it again. You know what I mean? Be careful out here. Keep God first, and everything falls in place. Talk to God before you go to Him, because you got people out here acting stupid. And I thank God got up. I talked to God, and He made sure I got the white cement for us with no problem, and I had my daughter with me. And I appreciate everything God and Jesus does. Real talk. You know what I mean? And they got a release coming out this Friday, the Rare Airs. You know what I mean? That will be discussed on the next show. You know what I mean? They run about 210. Right now on Flight Club, I see them going for about 160. Do your research, ladies and gentlemen, because I already doing mine. So you could go to Flight Club and you could check it out yourself. You know what I mean? You could compare the prices and everything like that. You know what I mean? And if you up there need any work done and anything like that, feel free to hit me up. You can email me at andrae 1128@yahoo.com. Also, you can feel free to give me a call, 908-416-0970, serious inquiries only. Also, you can watch me on my YouTube channel for the podcast and upcoming tutorials at AC Sneaker Restoration, Main 1285. AC Sneaker Restoration, Main 1285. The reason why I said it twice, because I said the at, and there wasn't supposed to be no at. Also, you can follow me on my Facebook at ANDRAECAPERS. And also, you can follow me on my Instagram at ANDRAECAPERS. And also, you can follow me on TikTok, AC Sneaker Restoration. Now, I want to say this about the TikTok. I'll be uploading majority of the time on Facebook, and I'll be sending it to people on Instagram. But for all the fans out there, when you go to my Instagram page, you go to the professional dashboard, and there's a link that will bring you to the YouTube channel. So feel free to look at my stuff. You can see everything. I only can post so much on Instagram and Facebook. But if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see majority everything I do on it. You know what I mean? I started with YouTube from 2014, and it's gonna finish with YouTube. You understand? So I've been doing this like Miss Antonette Willams said. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm gonna continue growing, continue learning, and continue knocking these barriers and these doors down. You know what I mean? And that's all I gotta say. I don't know if Miss Willams got anything else to say, but it's her show, so we'll let her close it out whatever she wanted.
All right, Snickerella, it's been real with you guys. I enjoy spending time with y'all. I enjoy talking and chatting. Please come back and join me so we can continue talking, continue growing, continue chatting. Keep God first. Peace, Snickerella.